founder of the electric truck company Nikola is being charged in an alleged scheme to defraud his investors.
Now, the indictment claims that Trevor Milton used his massive social media platform and TV appearances to inflate his company's stock price. NBC News investigations correspondent Tom Winter joins us now to talk a little bit more about this. So, Tom, the prosecutors called this scheme audacious, is the word that they used here. What stands out in these allegations to you?
We can use a whole lot of other adjectives, too. I mean, you know, when you look at this, if the allegations are proven true here, this is spectacular fraud. This is a company that has not yet really made a product that they have sold, that they have actively put out there. Meanwhile, you've got Trevor Milton, its founder, who's a billionaire in and of himself. He didn't need the money, out there tweeting, oh, we've sold out of pre-orders, we've sold out of this or that, we're ready to go with our car. Let's take a look at a couple examples. Yeah. His truck that he featured in the Super Bowl. So there was a Super Bowl ad that featured one of their trucks saying that it was working, that it was ready to go, had to be plugged in at an unveiling that they had for investors as well as people that had pre-purchased this semi-truck. They had actually had to plug it in. So an electric car that runs on batteries, but they had to plug it in. Right. They had to run air to the truck to make sure that its suspension was running. They had to put fake tablets in where screens would be, and they just projected some generic GPS stuff. They put a chain in front of the door saying, well, we don't want people driving off of the truck. No, they didn't want people inside the truck to prove that it was fake. On top of that, prosecutors say when they put together a video of the truck, they had to actually back it up on a hill, tow it up on a hill, and then release it down the hill to show that it was driving. Wow. They took their own technology out of it because they were afraid that it would blow up if they tried it, physically explode. So this is really a fantastic set of fraud. Their Badger pickup truck, which was going to be their real big entry to the marketplace, they said that they were making it, according to the indictment, from all original parts. No, in fact, they were going out and buying Ford F-150 trucks and throwing their logo on it. I mean, this is really spectacular. Wow.
Fantastic, spectacular. Simply put, the math ain't mathin'. Something is not adding up here. So, Tom, help us understand something. I mean, what is the company itself, Nikola, saying about all this, about the indictment?
Well, they're coming forward. I mean, once all this started to come to light that there was potentially some serious fraud here, Milton resigned from the company, and the company's out with a statement today saying, look, we've cooperated with this investigation since we first became aware of it. And on top of that, in a statement that they've released to news organizations, they said, look, you know, we're going to continue forward with our mission and our plan. They said that they're committed to their previously announced milestones and timelines. The stock was down, last I checked, about 8% today, but it is still publicly trading. It is still yet to have any sort of a profit, any sort of real revenue to speak of. So it'll be interesting to see whether this is a company that's really viable going forward.
I have to wonder, I mean, if all this stuff proves to be true, you would think you could get away with it if nobody was paying attention. How did this all come to light to begin with?
Well, you know, short sellers get a tough reputation, and sometimes it's deserved. But firms that short a stock, in other words, they're betting for it to fail, frequently do high-level research. And investigator to investigator, they did great research here. They got whistleblowers. They got people to come forward to say, you know what, this thing is a fraud. I work there. I know about it. I work in the industry. I know about it. It's a complete fraud. They brought this to light, and very quickly thereafter, the Justice Department, the SEC began investigating, and obviously, as I said, Milton resigned from the company. But I think the second thing here today that's really important, this is, as much as this is about Nikola, this is a shot across the bow at SPACs, special purpose acquisition companies. And what prosecutors are saying here is they don't have to play by the normal rules. This CEO could go out and talk about
SPACs
everything
don't have to play by the normal
the normal IPO rules. So when a company normally comes to market, they have a quiet period. They can't talk. They can't make statements to us. They can't go public. They can't tweet. They can't do any of that. It gives banks, investment firms time to actually go through the books, look under the hood, no pun intended, and find out if this company is a real company. That doesn't happen with SPACs. And all indications to me is that prosecutors and the SEC are actually going to take a serious look at these companies going forward to find out if it's really just all hot air or if there's some truth to it. Another thing, the new head of SEC enforcement, former Attorney General from New Jersey, Mr. Graywall, he came out today and he made a note of saying, we are watching your statements on social media and statements that are made by CEOs. You know, there's another very prominent person in this space. We're talking about Elon Musk. I asked him about it specifically. He wouldn't go there today. But the SEC is definitely watching.
This is a warning shot.
Plain and simple. Plain and simple.
Total warning shot today.
All right. Tom, thank you.
Sure thing.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.